Glitchy doo dah, glitchy. Hey, YouTube Gundam here. Welcome back to Space Engineers. So, my Halo-inspired Valiant BattleCruiser. The Everest is the most famous one, obviously, but you have the RWI Daedalus over there, and my Halo UNSC Valiant here. First off, I'm going to compare those two real quick. You can clearly see the size is nearly the same. The length goes to the back about there. The front is just a little more, but it's that volume. The Daedalus class is pretty wide, but not very tall. Which is the main thing about the Valiant class here. The height difference between the two ships is significant. This is more than twice the height, but less than half the width, I think. So, yeah. Sure, I took one and cut it in half. It's not quite complete, but it's pretty close. I'm going to call it here, so I'm just going to get rid of that to save on frames. Goodbye. Sure. Exterior. Couple triple guns up front here with multiple dual 300s here. Seemingly random, but it's where I best could put them. I was considering having less, but decided, no, this is a heavy attack battlecruiser. It doesn't have the same support systems as others. It does really one job. It's meant to kill. It doesn't have much of a hangar. It's meant to kill other ships, so it needs a lot of guns. Speaking of, there are 60-something Vulcans and 20-plus Bofors at least. I actually lost count, so yes. So you will see Vulcans and Bofors everywhere. 8 artillery cannons up front for some rapid fire, and 8 railguns for heavy hitting. Heavy armor covers every flat surface, every angle surface, just light armor, but it's thick. Main bridge is down there. There is going to be a second bridge. I actually haven't even put that in yet in the main engineering. You'll find it there. Some guns up top here, obviously. Flares for, fireworks for the flare system. A lot of hidden engines around, engines tucked behind heavy armor. And the sensor units, comm units around. A significant amount of defenses around this. The hangar has that. So, there are 2 airlocks on our side, one to the forward hangar zone and one to the rear hangar zone. This is one of my stripped down fighters for comparison. It's a decent size thing. You can hold several fighters, but at the same time, there's only a couple of launch tubes. So it's very tight, very compact. We'll get to that later. I had a lot of heat vents here, a lot of stuff defending the shield generator. Upper zone with a third airlock, or third, it's a fifth really. Upper zone leading to that landing platform. The bottom has a unit to attach if you have a craft that needs it. Some more defensive on offensive for a broadside there, plus here. Some of the rear engines, some of the side firing, and the main connector for the ship here. 27 blocks minus the weapons in that connector. So, yes. Heavy attack up top here for a broadside. The engines don't have much. Intentionally, there are 4 Vulcans and 2 Bofors protecting the engine bay this time around. So, yeah. The ship is heavy at 55 million kilos last I saw, and it's not even complete yet, so it's heavy and doesn't have a ton of engines. So it's not that maneuverable. It is maneuverable, but not that maneuverable. Inside. Up front, here you can see the railguns, which were removed because, yes, artillery cannons are there. And just look at how this is solid. Except for some points for connectors, this huge slab is solid. You can see the heavy armor up top, followed by the light armor on the bottom, and just how thick the armor plating is. There's a couple of engines there, but everywhere across basically the entire ship is just thick plating and heavy armor mixed everywhere. Those are engines. Yep. It's just thick armor. So it's going to take a bit to get through. Now, what is where? Well, up front, you have the forward gyro, obviously. Oop, wrong button. You have maintenance shaft to the railguns, and it is broken down in multiple sections just for air and stuff. You have maintenance shaft to the gyroscopes. You have, actually, there's a system here that leads up. Hang on a second. The antibiotics are kicking my butt. You have a stairwell there that leads to the flight control room here, or leads into the hangar there. Leads down into the lower part, which we'll get to later. Forward for maintenance, and goes up to access the crew accommodations, which is located there. Fun. So yes, crew accommodations are located here, and is intentionally not the prettiest. It's just main crew, but it's pretty big. And then this is intentionally being left as empty. It's a pretty big room. Just empty so you can do what you want. Leads to back here with access to just a balcony or something. There's going to be another bridge up here, but other than that, it's going to be a small one, by the way. But there is going to be a bridge up there. This is being left open because of the 4 hydrogen engines in here, but it's mostly just hydrogen tanks and cargo and a huge empty room. If you can figure out the hydrogen info, you can put some stuff in here if you want. Let's see. The next level is observation for that, and you have in here just some ion engines and oxygen stuff. Going down, you have main engineering. And, well, main engineering right here, and access to the hangar, which that's a Valkyrie dropship. You see how big it is. The hangar has that. I was thinking about sealing that off, but you need access for them, so I'm just going to add some gun turrets. Yeah. Man engineering is currently pretty empty. I was trying to seal off the lower man engineering. There's additional ion engines there. Now I've been working on that, sealing it off. Gyroscope maintenance is down low. But you have the main reactors down here. Then the jump drives are down here as well with some hydrogen. 3 levels of main engineering. So the secondary bridge is back there with a shield control table on the top. The middle is for the reactors. The bottom is gyroscopes and jump drive. Well, middle's jump drive as well. I'm going to add a refinery and some assemblers in the middle here. Go from there, but I want to seal this off first. I'm going to put in like a ladder system to go from upper to middle, and then there is a thing to go from middle to lower, but I'm going to add airlocks and stuff, so yes. Actually, there is no way to even currently get from upper to the middle except for that, so yeah. Now we have the officer's level, which this is all heavy armor as well. It's empty and empty. That's being done on purpose. This is the captain's quarters and his ready room right here. Captain's quarters and ready room both right here. So, yeah. This is another going to be left as empty, intentional. Then you have a gravity generator. And I'm going to fill this and this with stuff for officers. You have cryo there, but then I'm going to throw it. There is a way up there. I'm going to throw in officer accommodations on these 2 smaller zones, and then leave the upper zone here as a blank slate so somebody can enjoy. So it's going to be this entire double zone here and this big one up top here, and this huge zone here for whatever you want. So yeah, I'm surprised how long it took, despite how relatively small everything is. Just for the simple fact, why? It's just the simple fact that the ship is just big, and yet not. It has volume, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's the sheer overall size. It has volume, but at the same time, it doesn't. There's that Viminal Destroyer. Oh, yeah, there's the Eternity's Advent. I didn't want to show that. Oh, well. Maybe next time. I'm going to finish the ship and put it on the Steam Workshop in a few days. So, yeah. It's not on the workshop yet because it's not done. I'm not satisfied with it. Even though I want a bunch of empty, I'm not done. Catch you later.